Almost a year after release, I've played and finished the main story of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. A game that Minnie and myself kind of wrote off before it was ever released. I made a video before it came out claiming that I hated this game, and well, for a while I did. But when it's on sale for only $3 to $5, I decided I would finally give it a fair shake, give it a shot. For that price point, not too bad. So, was Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League as horrible and awful as the internet would lead you to believe? Let's talk about it. So I actually really enjoyed the story right up until kind of the very end, and I'll talk about that a bit later. But I've also very much had my expectations were extremely low. I mean, I've seen clips online of kind of what happens to Batman, and yeah, the fact that this is supposed to be the same Batman from the Arkham games, yeah, originally it did bother me a lot. I hold those games and like Kevin Conroy's portrayal as Batman in such high regard that initially seeing the clips and everything, yeah, I was very much on the hate train with a lot of other people. I felt like it was kind of disrespectful to that version. But, I knew it would happen, and I just made the decision that I'm not going to let that ruin the game. I'm going to give the game a chance, and in all honesty, I actually really enjoyed the story and the characters, and while the squad themselves are definitely played for laughs, and there were a couple of moments that I definitely felt had some really good, emotional weight. For example, when Wonder Woman lassos the Flash and he says,
Barry! Please, tell me how.
We have to die to save the world.
Barry.
I just thought moments like that are kind of scattered throughout, and yeah, they're always followed by a joke. The Marvelization of everything continues, but at least the jokes were sometimes funny, and they made me laugh a few times. And I didn't hate it, and I liked the banter between the Suicide Squad throughout the whole game. I can't think of anything that I thought was horrific, and I don't know. Comedy is sort of subjective, but I thought it was kind of funny. Now, talking about the gameplay, and I don't know. I know I'm supposed to hate it, but I kind of liked it. Bright colors and, little explosions make my brain go vroom or something stupid like that. But I just am about to hit the 20-hour mark, according to Steam, and, I've been enjoying the gameplay, but I will say the last few hours have started to feel definitely a little repetitive. I'm just sort of doing variations of the same missions over and over. But the core combat, I don't know, there's something about it that I do find very satisfying. But I have started to reach that moment where I'm like, oh god, another one. Another, mission where I have to go babysit a car. I wish there was a lot more variety in the mission types, but the moment-to-moment gameplay I don't hate, kind of enjoy. And for the Suicide Squad themselves, I felt like that all the characters kind of felt different enough. I ended up mainly playing as Harley Quinn because, I found popping headshots with her with the pistols to be very satisfying. But once I got the hang of the gameplay and jumping around, doing the combos, having a blast. While I've always really disliked looter-shooter mechanics, I can see why it's somewhat popular. Seeing the stupid little numbers go up when you get a more powerful gun just sort of makes my monkey brain happy. Now, I want to talk about Batman specifically, and I really loved Kevin Conroy's performance. The man was a professional, and he's the real GOAT when it comes to Batman. And with this game specifically, it sounded like he had a great time playing this evil version of Batman. And once you actually beat the main story, you get this beautiful little goodbye to Kevin Conroy. And I'm not gonna lie, it got me a little emotional. But even though I don't like that, you know, Batman in this universe was allegedly and supposedly killed, I'm happy that we at least got one last great performance from Kevin Conroy. And like I said, it sounded like he was having a blast kind of doing this evil Batman. But I honestly didn't think I would enjoy this game as much as I did, and still am. Once I'm done kind of making this video, I'm probably going to jump into episode 1 of, you know, some of the live service stuff. I don't know, could be that I'm just a massive DC fan, and I felt kind of bad after a while that this game gets dunked on constantly. It's just a punching bag to this day. But I don't know, it was $5 or like $3.50 or something, and for that much money, I feel like my money was well spent. And I was also able to play it entirely on the Steam Deck, which was kind of amazing. Like, this game ran better on my Steam Deck than my actual gaming PC. I ran like crap on my computer, so that's why I don't have any footage of my own, played it all on the Steam Deck. But I hope the future of DC games is much more of a callback to Arkham, and not this. While I did enjoy my time with this game, I don't want more live service games. I want more games that are like the original Arkham games. Like, can you imagine an Arkham game now with like today's technology, all the interesting things that they could do? I don't know, it makes me excited. I hope it's something that they do in the future and they drop this live service stuff. Like, it's a fun game. I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I would, but I also spent less than $5, you know, so I don't have much room to be angry. I got almost 20 hours of game out of $5. I'd say that was a win for me. I would only recommend buying this game when it is on sale. I don't think it's worth that full price, and initially the price of was $70 at release. Ridiculous. But I thought it was a fun game. You know, in a few days, I think Steam's winter sale is going to pop off. It'll probably be on sale again, on sale pretty often. If you can get it for a price point around $5, if you're at all curious or at all a DC fan, I'd say it's worth it. It's worth a shot. But what do you think about this game? Am I completely wrong? This game has no redeeming qualities, and I was blinded by a low price point and bright colors. So I completely forgot to talk about the end of the game and why I didn't really vibe with it. It's because the game doesn't feel like it has a proper ending. Kind of just feels like you reach this conclusion, but then the game never winds down. It's just like, here's more. Which I get that that's the mindset. It's a live service game. I totally get it. But at least for the main story, I would have liked to see a more concrete conclusion. To an extent you do, but it never feels like it. And then the other thing I want to mention while I'm remembering to do this is, with the most recent update, they actually added offline mode, which means even when this game one day dies, you know, online, you'll still be able to play it, which, massive props. I really appreciate that. And I'm currently in South America right now, so the fact that when the internet goes out, which it often does, I'll be able to keep playing, that's awesome. You know, props to Rocksteady for adding offline.